art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Decker?
Yes.
Mr. Dudley?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Yes.
Mr. Singleton?
Yes.
Mr. Yurda?
Yes.
Do I have a motion to accept the agenda and the addendum?
Motion.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Humphrey, sorry, Kenny.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Singleton?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Yes.
Mr. Decker?
Yes.
Mr. Dudley?
Yes.
Mr. Yurda?
Yes.
We do need to go into executive session, and it'll be a short one.
Yes.
And we'll just go downstairs to do, need a motion to consider matters to be kept confidential by federal law or regulations to state statutes.
For contractual reasons?
No. Well, for contracts, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for contractual reasons, why we're going to executive session.
Yeah.
Are we going to invite these two gentlemen into our,
We are,
Yeah.
yep, after we start, yep.
Yep.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Mr. Erdak, motion?
I have a second?
Mr. Humphrey, second.
Roll call.
Mr. Yurda?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Yes.
Mr. Decker?
Yes.
Mr. Dudley?
yes?
Mr. Singleton?
Yes.
Okay, we'll just get downstairs
Yep.
real quick. We'll
Yep.
be right back. Public participation from anybody's here. Mr. Golick had asked the principals that they didn't have to be here for the fact that they've been working ridiculous hours all week.
Yeah.
So we'll just move on to treasurer's report.
Okay, approval of the minutes from August 3rd, approval of financial report for July, approve then now certificate for valid purchase orders greater than $3,000. Some of these were getting stuff ready. East Guernsey's on there. ECO, this is not part of our regular contract. This is the first payment for, Willow Branches. They're doing, the education of the kids in the, Pleasant City halfway house. Approve the 2020 lease purchase agreement with Huntington Bank as presented. We did this last year. This is for the building project. It's at no cost. It just keeps our local share for another year. Because it looks like we're at least a year or two out from state having money to fund us with everything going on.
I'd say two.
Yes,
At
from the last
least, at
email
least.
we got, it seems like it's probably two.
Yep.
Recommend approving a, permanent appropriations for $26,325,169 for this school year. Recommend approving estimated revenues for $26,461,047. And recommend creating, a 507 fund. This is for the CARES Act money, and a 510 money. This is another pot of money that has to be spent by the end of December. It's, to do with COVID also. It's like $93,000.
Do I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
Motion.
Motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Singleton.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Okay, Mr. Dudley?
Yes.
Mr. Singleton?
Yes.
Mr. Decker?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Yes.
Mr. Yurda?
Yes.
Okay, policy committees, nothing there. Athletic? No.
No.
Legislative, Mid-East, personnel, building and grounds, audit.
Goodness, you kind of skipped over the legislative really quick.
Oh,
The
did I
student
skip it?
achievement. No, you didn't skip it, you just kind of.
Went right by.
Went right by it.
Okay.
Once school starts, I'm gonna get with Mr. Detcher and we're gonna start looking at getting a student representative for the board, that's once school starts. And, even with all, with everything going on, you know, we wanna get that going this year, so.
Okay. Yeah, we kinda let it drop there, there was a
Yeah.
lot of confusion
Right.
going on, and it was just better at the time that we didn't do it at that point.
Just gonna have one, is that what the plan?
One or two. Yeah.
Cause then we used to have, there used to
Yeah,
be
I
about
think
three that
4 or
would
5,
come, yeah.
something.
Yeah, I think two probably. be-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sat right over there.
Yeah,
where
it'd be
these-
nice to see a couple, I
Yeah.
think, just personally, cause, you know, they
Right,
get different.
right,
feedback.
right, and yeah, we're looking at different things. I said one, but I didn't
Yeah.
necessarily mean one.
Yeah, I miss having them, cause it was interesting, they learned as I was learning, it was pretty good.
Okay, anything else on committees?
No.
Nothing on supervisory reports, they aren't here, any old business?
Yes, sir.
Then we're up to the superintendent's report.
Okay, superintendent would like to recommend letters A through M at this time. Once again, recommending A through M.
And
M,
M,
next page, and
oh, N as well, yep, sorry, N, my fault.
N. Do I have a motion to,
That's a little question there.
Sure.
The sub bus driver pay increase of the $14.50
Mhm.
an hour, how is that in respects to the other districts in this area? Is that above, in line?
It'll be above a couple, not quite to the amount of, I know East Guernsey, I think, Dave was telling me they're close to $16.50, if not higher, but
Okay.
we made it at $14.50, so the sub bus driver is not making more than our lowest
or
paid
step
OPSI
one,
person.
OPSI person,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the number before?
10.26.
10.26.
it's an effort to try to get
Yes.
substitute
Yeah.
bus
And
drivers and.
We have not
Good luck.
raised sub pay for
Yeah.
years and
It's-
years and years.
It's worth a shot, whether it'll work or not, who knows? Do I have a motion to accept A through N?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Humphrey.
Any discussion on any of the items? Roll call.
Mr. Singleton?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Yes.
Mr. Detra?
Yes.
Mr. Dudley?
Yes.
Mr. Yurda?
Yes.
Superintendent would recommend letter O. Approve the following gate worker.
Do I have a motion for letter O?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Singleton?
No.
Mr. Humphrey?
Yes.
Mr. Detra?
Yes.
Mr. Dudley?
Yes.
Mr. Yurda?
No.
Superintendent would like to recommend letter P, another gate worker.
Motion.
I have a motion for letter P. Do I have a second?
Second.
Dudley.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Singleton?
Yes.
Mr. Dudley?
Yes.
Mr. Detra?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Yes.
Mr. Yurda?
Yes.
Alright, do we have any correspondence?
Do not,
Any informational items?
at this time.
Not at this time.
Can we, I'd like to discuss, we're gonna have some new business here, because I wanna discuss, I wanna bring something up, I want you guys' opinion. It's about, have you guys gotten calls on the refund that's supposed to come from the traveling classroom? Have you gotten any calls about that?
No.
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 All right.
Well, I have, and I've got a couple, and it's concerning having to fill out a W-9 in order to get their refund from the traveling classroom. Now, definition of a W-9 is, and I've filled out plenty of them doing security details, is a way for them to name, address, and your social security number in order to pay you. It's a IRS tax form, and people wanna know why they're filling out an IRS tax form that's used for, employment and or, payment of services. And the traveling classroom has not gotten either of those, but are requiring W-9s to be filled out by people in order to get their refund.
The traveling classroom is not requesting that, I'm requesting that. Have ran that through my lead auditor and all, and everything, it's a way for me to get a signature, the correct address, so I know I'm, reimbursing the correct parent. If they don't wanna put their social security number, I can take it without that, they do not have to give me that information. And audit has told me to keep using the same practice that I have, because that's our way of setting up the vendor in our system. So if there's any questions, they can call me.
So
And they do not get a 1099. It doesn't matter if I reimburse them $600, we put
So
it,
you are not sending the W-9 to the IRS?
no,
It's here at your record.
yes,
That's the only thing it's being used for.
to create a vendor, so I can pay
And
these
they do
people.
not have to give.
And I
their
needed the signature, yeah, I mean, you could say, hey, reimburse me, then your wife say, I'm actually the one, you know, if you were divorced, I'm actually the one that paid. By getting the form, getting it signed, I know I'm reimbursing the correct person, and they don't have to give me the social security number.
I would not wanna fill out a W-9 in order to get a refund for that, I'm sorry, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, it would be your name and address, if I'm not taking in your signature to, I mean, I could have you write it on a piece of paper, it's still gonna be name, address, and signature.
That's what I'm, okay, so you're okay with that, if they do?
Yeah, I mean,
I get
audit
what
told me
you're
to
saying,
keep, yeah, but audit told me to keep doing the W-9, but I mean, you can leave the social security number off.
So what if
it's
the
not
person
going-
refuses to fill out a W-9 for you? And
That's
IRS
never
has
happened
that.
before, I just reimbursed all of DECA, I reimbursed fifth grade trip, I mean, none of this was an issue,
Still
I mean,
not
it's
getting
never-
asked,
yeah.
so. But
It's
there's
never
no
been an
other-
issue, and I'm not even able to reimburse yet, because we don't even have the checks back from the traveling company, so I
Right.
can reimburse.
Right.
We just try to keep it the cleanest way we can. The principal fills out a spreadsheet. They match the name to the name on the W-9, put the kid's name, because I'm probably reimbursing parents instead of kids,
When
and
the
it's just,
traveling classroom gives you back the list of people and how much you're to give them back, isn't that person's name the one that would be good enough to issue the check to?
no, because the check was cut from the middle school's 018, so they would not have each individual person's
Okay.
name on it.
That's what I'm asking. But you're not going to accept any other form besides that W-9 in order to get that back, that money back to them.
I never have before, or never even been asked to before. I mean, I had a fifth grade parent, I said, leave the social security number off, and when I got the form, it even had the social security number on. I mean, I've had one person that I've dealt with this.
Okay. That's all I had.
Okay. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
Motion.
Have a motion to adjourn, do I have a second?
Are we,
Are you guys gonna vote on?
Well, somebody
It's,
would have-
it was in here.
Who's in there?
Oh,
Isn't there?
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been voted on.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Yeah, you're
We already
good.
voted on it. You're good.
so do you want, we don't need to do that out loud? It was in the thing, A through.
Yeah, it was in
Yeah.
So
here.
you don't need an individual roll call from just.
No, it's,
part of that.
it was in that whole,
Okay.
it was in a whole group of items.
Just-
It's
It was E,
E, if
approved
anyone.
pre-annexation agreement with Village of Byesville as presented.
When we did A through N,
Okay.
that
Yep.
covered it.
What about the other
These between
issue
there?
with the piece of property for the lift station?
We'll have to, they're gonna sit and speak to you about that.
Okay.
You just get with Mr. Golich
Yep.
and,
Okay.
we're gonna probably try to work out a lease.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion.
We have motion, do we have a second? Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Okay, Mr. Singleton,
Yes.
Mr. Yerga,
Yes.
Mr. Decker,
Yes.
Mr. Dudley,
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Yes.
Adjourned.